Hey everybody, how you doing? Travis Myers here, your favorite nobody from the Nobody podcast. Also, co-author of the Tommy Keene Detective Series. And I'm here today to tell you about a cool little festival we went to this past weekend called the True Crime Podcasters Festival, which was held in Danvers, Massachusetts. We had a great time, and I'm not even going to tell you about it. I'm going to let you watch it right now.
Okay. Hi, I'm Lainey Hobbs. I am the co-founder of the True Crime Podcast Festival. We started in 2018 with our first festival happening in Chicago in 2019. So we've been going every year since then, even through COVID. And we have been focused on ethics and advocacy in true crime creation and consumption. So we're hoping to change how consumers and creators of true crime approach true crime so that they can do it responsibly, ethically, and also help the people who give us the platforms that we have, whether we're successful or whether we're not, like we still have a platform and people still listen to us. So our hope is that we're able to get people to change how they listen to true crime, which will then push out the more ethical true crime.
Hi, I'm Sean.
I'm John.
And we are the creators behind the Sins and Survivors podcast, which is a Las Vegas podcast focused on domestic violence, unsolved cases, missing persons. And we're here at the True Crime Podcast Festival just sharing information about the podcast and meeting other creators and listeners.
So our most popular episode so far, I think, is our when we covered the exoneration of Gary Dotson. He was the first person ever to be exonerated by DNA evidence. He spent 6 years in jail for a rape he didn't commit, and when the DNA technology was available, he was exonerated. And that was our most popular episode.
Everybody, I'm Jules Thorpe, co-founder of Fire Eyes Media. We have a bunch of great podcasts on our network. Our long-form investigative podcast, Missing in Hushtown, is currently charting on Apple True Crime Podcasts. We've got The Girls from Weird True Crime. We've got an award-winning podcast in Esto, award-winning in the UK. And then we've got new seasons coming out. Secrets Beyond the Sacramento River comes out in September, and season 2 of Hushtown in October. And we do nonprofit podcasts. So if you listen to You Should Be Here, every listen helps raise money and give back to nonprofit to help victims and families. And you can find us at fireeyesmedia.com or follow me on Instagram, your host, Jules.
Hi, I'm Erin Warshauer. I go by Dubs. I run the True Crime Bloodhound podcast. I think the episode I did that made the most ripples was a missing persons case. It's still current, out of Brookfield, Massachusetts. Her name is Brittany T. She went missing in January of 2022. Nope, 23, sorry. And she's never been heard from, never been seen again, and her family's sort of at a loss. There's not been anything found. All the information I can about who she is as a person, so that people understand she's not a news story, she's not a Dateline episode, she's a human being, and we need to know what happened to her. Whatever tiny part I can play, I want to play it. So.
We're True Crime, and we're from Austin, Texas, and we cover the weird, the unsolved, the missing, the cold cases. We also work with families in advocacy, and we also cover lighthearted topics like junk criminals, funny headlines, true crime history, the history of 911, history and psychology, so many different topics. We also cover cases that aren't necessarily true crime or lighthearted, but they deserve to be told because there's a lot of learning, and lessons that can come out of those.
The episode that is my personal favorite, that gets me emotional every time I talk about it, and if that happens, you're going to have to jump in, is the Ryan Waller case. I stumbled across his viral interrogation video a year and a half ago or so, and since then it's lived rent-free in my head. I went down a rabbit hole. I wrote an entire episode. I didn't tell her anything about it. And so in the episode, if you listen to it, that is her genuine reaction. She had never heard anything that I had been talking about for his story, and the way that the Phoenix Police Department treated Ryan and his family is abhorrent, and they're still looking for justice for Ryan. And so we did that episode. Don Waller, Ryan's dad, commented on our YouTube video of it, saying thank you for this and for sharing Ryan's story. And then after that, you know, Gina is who works with the families, because I'm a little scary looking, and it's probably easier for families to just deal with one of us. It's less intimidating, less overwhelming. So she, you know, spearheads that. She reached out to Don and started working with him, and he is an amazing human, an amazing man.
And he gave us such an amazing perspective about Ryan that is not talked about, because the only thing people know about his case is the interrogation video and the way he was mistreated, but nobody really knows who Ryan is or what his story was after the fact and everything that his family has gone through after. And rent-free. We're still not done with that case.
No, we plan to continue working with Don. He's got so much information that needs to be out there that we want to share. So we are not done, and we will continue.
Hi, I am Danny from Danny After Dark, and I am a true crime YouTube channel. I am interactive. I do 2 live shows a week. One where it's a review of a solved case, a book review, or I have on a content creator or author, and we talk about their projects. The later part of the week is a bit more relaxed. It's called True Crime and Chill, where we hang out and just talk about what happened this week in current true crime news. Because there's always things going on to be discussed. So that is Danny After Dark.
Yeah, I'm Toby Ball, and so I have 3 podcasts here. Strange Arrivals, which is, it's looking at UFOs, like really about believers in UFOs. So some of it's about the psychology of memory and recovered memories, things like that. Another podcast I have is called Rip Current, which is in 250 years of U.S. history, only 2 times has a woman tried to assassinate a U.S. president, and they happened 17 days apart in 1975. And one of them was Squeaky Fromm, who was one of Charles Manson's followers. And the other was this woman, Sarah Jane Moore, who was a housewife outside San Francisco. She became an informant for the FBI on the San Francisco Radical Underground. And then More Like Ancient Aliens is an Ancient Aliens sort of rewatch podcast where we take a look at the real history behind the episodes, have fun with the alien theory.
I have to ask, there's so many